Hey viewers, Ryan Nemeyer here with Becoming a Real Estate Agent. And today, you just decided that you want to become a real estate agent. That's great, so let's go ahead and take the next steps. This video will be discussing 3 different topics. So first, are you eligible to become a real estate agent? Second, we're going to discuss a little bit about your educational requirements and what's needed in order to successfully pass your real estate exam and become a real estate agent. And then third, we're going to talk a little bit about your plan. So let's go ahead and jump into your eligibility requirements. Are you able to become a real estate agent? So the eligibility requirements in California is that you must be 18 years of age or older. You have to be truthful and honest, which means that they're going to be fingerprinting you and doing a background check on you. You have to be a U.S. citizen or a residence alien, and then you must have a valid government ID. So you're probably going to need 2 forms of a government ID. First, probably a driver's license is the most basic form. And you're going to need that for such things as being fingerprinted because you have to be able to show them that you are who you say you are. Then second, you're probably going to need a passport or a birth certificate that you're going to have to make a copy of when you go ahead and send your certificates of completion for your education and when you hand in your application of the exam and license, which is further down the road. We'll get into that in further videos. But you're going to probably need those IDs as well because they need to see your place of birth, which is really important. So those are your eligibility requirements. So let's go ahead and jump into your educational requirements. The really great thing about real estate is that it's virtually open to almost anybody with a commitment, a passion, or an interest in real estate. You don't need a high school diploma and you don't need a college degree. Although I do believe that some of those tools are helpful in achieving your goals a little faster and maybe a little bit easier because you do need 3 college-level courses in order to be eligible for the state exam. And any educational requirements can only benefit your business in gaining trust of the clients. But the great news is that you don't need those educational requirements in order to start your career in real estate. I did mention the college courses, and according to the Department of Real Estate, you can have 3 semester units or 4 quarter units from a college or university or a private real estate school that's been approved by the Department of Real Estate. And that's the route that I took. I did an online school, and mine was onlineed.com. And there they broke down the coursework really easy and simplistic. So first I had to take real estate practice, and then I had to take real estate principles. Now, each one of those are unique to your state. So mine was California real estate practice and California real estate principles. And then you have to take 1 elective. And my elective was legal aspects of real estate. And I didn't have a choice through the accredited school that I took my coursework through. But if you do have a choice, some of those electives, you might see property management, you might see real estate appraisal, you might see real estate finance, you might see business law, escrow, and what's really fun about that is you might be able to choose your elective and actually discover what your niche in real estate might be. So that might be a little fun. So this leads me into wanting to talk a little bit about your plan. And everyone's plan is different because everyone has different commitments. So you might be a parent, you might be a student, you might be working full-time, or you might have absolutely nothing else to do but study real estate. Nonetheless, you still need a plan. And a plan is a list of things that help you to achieve something. And I believe in order to achieve something, you have to set yourself with goals. Now, I'm sure you've heard of them. There are short-term goals, and then there are long-term goals. So short-term goals are those such as I want to start a new marketing strategy, or I want to make $1,000 this week. And then there are long-term goals where you say to yourself, I want to sell 5 houses this quarter, or I want to purchase a new automobile in my 2nd year of selling real estate. I will let you know that if money is your only short-term motivating factor, it's not going to work. And there's 2 reasons why money can't be your only motivating factor in the short term. The first is because in real estate, you are going to see fluctuation. So there are going to be times where you are putting a ton of work in and seeing very little results. And then there are going to be times where you're putting hardly any work in and you're seeing huge results. So if you're in that time period where you're seeing very little results and money is your only motivating factor, the urge to quit is going to be pretty dominant. You're not going to want to go any further because it's not being successful in the moment. But if you have other things going for you, such as surrounding yourself with successful people, people who are talking positively, talking about what they're going to do in the future, you're watching webinars, you're starting a new marketing strategy, you're furthering yourself in order to become successful in the future, those things are going to progress as far as your business is concerned and help you to achieve those long-term goals. Now, once those long-term goals have been met, create a new long-term goal, something new that you can strive for, and it's going to keep you going. It's a cycle that continues and continues and continues. And just remember that your potential is only limited on the restrictions that you put upon it. So I will kind of talk to you about my plan as far as becoming a real estate agent. And my first long-term goal was to successfully pass the California real estate exam. And so I made a list of short-term goals or commitments that I wanted to achieve in order to ultimately get to my goal. So my list of short-term goals consisted of researching different options where I can complete my coursework. I have, second on my list, registering for classes, reading 5 chapters out of the coursework per week. I also took 5 quizzes per week, and then I took 1 final exam per month, and that completed 1 of my courses, say the California Real Estate Practice. So I read 5 chapters. It consisted of 15 chapters total. I took 5 quizzes per week on those 5 chapters that I read, and then I took 1 final exam for that entire course per month because it was 3-week period time. So it took me a total of 3 months in order to complete that coursework. My next short-term goal was to sign up for the test and send the appropriate paperwork to the Department of Real Estate. My next short-term goal was taking the review test that they offered online. I took the state exam simulator, and then my next step was to review flashcards and seminars that I found online. And then my next goal was to take a state exam review crash course the weekend before the test. And then my next short-term goal was to actually take the test. And that would lead me to my ultimate goal, that was to successfully pass the California real estate exam. So that was kind of my list or my plan that I made for myself to achieve my long-term goal. So that wraps up on what I wanted to discuss today. On the next installment of Becoming a Real Estate Agent, I will discuss your different options for completing your educational requirements. I will discuss how my course was specifically structured so you kind of have an idea of what to expect. And then I'll give you a realistic time frame on how long it might take to complete the coursework. So again, I wanted to thank you for viewing my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any detailed information on how to become a real estate agent. And please feel free to leave any questions or comments on the link below. And I will try to promptly respond to those questions and comments. And again, viewers, remember, you have the key. Now unlock your potential.